It's official. I'm addicted to making YouTube videos. I'm also wearing my wife's bathrobe, but c'est la vie, as they say in Montreal. So I'm hand capping some calcium carbonate because there's a shortage of separated capsules right now. And I'm not selling them yet. That's a problem. There's a shortage of separated capsules, and I'm not selling them. Got to rectify that, I guess. Yeah, honestly, like that's a serious oversight. This is why I like making these videos because I don't know what I'm gonna say. It's so interesting. I'm like, that's just a serious business oversight, which kind of segues perfectly into what I wanted to talk about. I'm capping some. It's calcium carbonate. Look at that sexy ass bottle. Oh, Athena, give me wisdom. Give me wisdom, Athena. Athena's actually the same personality. Athena in the Odyssey is characterized identically to wisdom in the Old Testament. They're the same. They're the same. Athena in the Odyssey and wisdom in the Old Testament are the same. The ancient Greeks were on the same stuff as those people in the Old Testament. Wow, I love being off of Adderall. I literally have no idea what I'm going to say. Like, look at my pupil. Actually, no, they're normal sized. That's weird. Why are they normal sized? They should be massive right now. I have a lot of ideas coming, but I guess it's somewhat unpredictable. My pupils will get huge, like the size of dinner plates, and people think I'm on drugs, but it's really just the fact that I have a lot of ideas and very ADHD, and like, I don't know. I like the internet because it makes me feel like I'm not insane. Because there's a lot of people around me who would want me to feel like I was insane. It's like, oh, you're so ADHD, Devin. Oh, you have so many ideas, Devin. Oh, how do I stop shitting myself, Devin? Oh, Devin, explain to me again what the symbolism on the ceiling of the Boston Public Library means, Devin. Oh, Devin, explain to me again how the French Revolution has to do with the current political climate, Devin. Oh, Devin, you're so ADHD. Devin, explain to me again how human attention migrates between different mediums of conveying information. Yeah, this is how I do it. I do it by the way my brain works. It just is making these connections all the time, and it's pretty cool. I really enjoy it. So what I wanted to just share briefly is this thing I've noticed. This is going to be particularly relevant. It's going to be relevant for everyone. You're all going to notice it. It's cool. It doesn't matter. Everyone has the business of being themselves. So we're all business owners, and the fact that we're all very preoccupied with the business of being ourselves, as we should be. So one thing I've noticed is YouTube right now, everyone's doing all this niche stuff on YouTube. Like I'm trying to think about YouTube. Like, okay, so I get this personality driven channel, and the reason it's personality driven and not insomnia driven is because it honestly just depresses the hell out of me to talk about insomnia all the time. It's really not like fun to talk about all the time. So I have to talk about other things. Otherwise, I would just be depressed or make no videos. So it's a fraction of my life. It's a fraction of my life that does have a lot of influence on the rest of my life and on my decision making, but it is still a fraction of my life and no more than that. And I try to keep it as just a fraction of my life that kind of just motivates me to like it's motivation, you know what I'm saying? It's like people will join the military because they need to be motivated or they need money or whatever, but like people will join the military because they need to be motivated. That's a thing I've found. People will join the military because they need to be motivated. They join a company because they need to be motivated. They need to be motivated. I don't need to be motivated because I'm genuinely afraid for my life all the time. I'm like a few wrong pills away from dying. Or not dying. I'm not going to die. I'm just going to shit my brains out, puke, and not sleep until I fast for like 5 days and then be fucking irritatingly dysregulated for probably a month or so. Unless my body builds up enough T regulatory cells to the point where I don't have this reaction. But enough about that. This is just about personality-driven YouTube channels, niche-driven YouTube channels, why I'm making videos the way I'm making them, what I expect from this, trends I notice. Like, ultimately, I'm making videos the way I make videos because I'm just Devin Young, and this is what I do. But at the end of the day, I want my actions to be the most effective possible. So why not do this on TikTok? Well, I mean, the video is already 5 minutes long, so I couldn't put this on TikTok. Why not do this on Instagram? Again, the same thing. Video is already 5 minutes long. And one thing I've realized is that I like to have very complete thoughts. I like to think things through all the way and share all the ideas that come up as I'm doing this. And so I could make a video on this topic that's an hour. I can make a video on this topic that's 2 hours, 10 hours. It really, there's no limit. And that's because I'm not on Adderall, I'm not smoking weed. I've only eaten beef, salt, and water, and fish eggs, and some raw liver for the past 8 months. Before that, I had a little bit of kombucha, and I puked and shit myself for a week, and it was not, I didn't actually crap myself. I've done that before. Once. Since I was like 7 or 8 or something. That was at the height of the insomnia autoimmune thing. And that was just like, my body was so dysregulated. Like, oh my God. I don't even, like, I feel embarrassed saying this, but like, I also just don't, like, it just, I'm going to take over the world. I am going to take over the world. I'm going to dominate the world. I'm going to do it by influencing the geopolitics of New England, the industry of New England, a lot of this stuff. Like, there's a whole plan for this, and I'm just going to do that because I've had to crap myself, give up my adolescence to solving this fucking issue, have erectile dysfunction the entire time I was 16, shit blood, be treated like a lunatic, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of trying to pretend to be normal, trying to pretend like my experience fits within this normative framework that everyone seems to insist is universal. Sick of trying to get people to understand. I mean, I'm not really, obviously, because I'm on fucking YouTube. So what the hell is this if this isn't trying to get people to understand me? But, like, I'm sick of, like, just wanting things to be, like, some normative way. It's like, yeah, I'm a respectable man who doesn't shit himself. It's like, no, I shit myself. And I beat death. I'm not even exaggerating. I actually think that the specific mechanisms by which fatal insomnia kills people are, it's the closest to the, if death could manifest, I mean, because think about it, like, what keeps you alive? Metabolism. The basis of metabolism is sleep and breathing. Fatal insomnia kills you by sleep depriving you until you die from brain damage and induced respiratory failure. I mean, like, how close is that to the literal embodiment of death? And I beat that while dying from it, without even the benefit of a working brain. I just meditate and drink green tea until ideas came to me. I mean, I also had 20,000 hours of study before this happened, well over 20,000. 20,000 is a very conservative estimate that I came up with years ago. It's well over 20,000 hours. So I don't know, like, I don't know what do I do with this? Oh yeah, I was talking about trends in attention online. So what's the point? How am I going to convey this, I guess? I guess people think that social media is. This is a great segue. People think that social media is algorithmically driven. They do. They think it's algorithmically driven. They think it's that the algorithm decides what people see, and then people make stuff that conforms to the algorithm, and you better work your butt off to conform to the algorithm. And this is what like Alex Hormozy teaches. He's like, it's just consistency. And it's like, I honestly haven't found that for shit on YouTube. YouTube is evergreen. YouTube is just, it's like mapping the collective unconscious out here. It's just crazy. It's unpredictable. You have no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea what's going to take off. You have no idea when it's going to take off. You have no idea what other things people are going to be interested in. It's just, so you can guess, you could pander to what you believe is going to happen, and if you work hard enough, maybe you'll succeed. But that's my opinion on YouTube. I think most people right now who have a YouTube following, who think they understand why they have that YouTube following, only have that YouTube following because of the Instagram following. They only have the Instagram following because of consistency and just volume posting. And basically by doing that, they end up turning their brains on enough to the point where they actually have good ideas and stuff, the consistency, and just the algorithm figures out what people want to see and promotes it to them. So that people find out about you through Instagram and they kind of go to your YouTube channel. And you're sort of always fighting this uphill battle to get them from Meta to YouTube. And that's what I've seen people doing. They're fighting this uphill battle. And it's, I mean, I'll just describe what I see as the trend. Because people, like my brother, my business partner, will say things like, he'll like think that I need to edit my videos more. He'll think that I need to like pander or whatever. Like, I need to make videos that are the kind of videos that people would want to see or something, whatever he thinks that is. It's like, people want to watch my videos. But he's like, well, why don't you have 1 million subscribers yet? And I'm like, this is a good point. Why don't I have 1 million subscribers yet? And I'm going to get into that. So why don't I have 1 million subscribers yet? So basically, the algorithm is not optimized for personality-driven content, and that is because there aren't that many personality-driven creators going ham on YouTube right now. And the reason for that is simple game theory. It's just simple applied game theory. It's basically just internet comes out, iPhone 2008, 2010, everyone's watching cat videos and stuff. 2010 to 2014, you have the rise of Vine, Instagram and stuff, and then you have like Logan Paul, influencers and stuff showing up on Vine. And then when they realized they could succeed on Vine, other people started flooding Vine. So then there was a rush from, okay, you can't just succeed because you had the idea to post on Vine, because everyone has the idea to post on Vine. Everyone's posting on Instagram. You have to actually have something deeper than that. So then they would post a lot more, higher quality, etc. And then this led to YouTube. And then YouTube led to idea-focused long-form videos, which led to personality-driven videos, because at the end of the day, that's sort of... people, like, it's idea-driven and personality-driven. And the reason I say that is because your personality determines the ideas that are going to be attractive to you. And people go on YouTube to see human beings testing out ideas, basically. So, or at least a significant portion of people do. The people who drive the algorithm, and this is an interesting thing, is that, like, there's trend setters and trend followers. And if you want to understand YouTube, YouTube is challenging to understand. I have all these images flashing through my mind right now, and if you could see them all, I'm sure you would have a lot more understanding of what I'm talking about, but you can't, so I'm going to try to describe them to you. So you have these channels like the Fat Electrician and stuff. You have these people who, they promote their channel like crazy, they work super hard, they get their channel like big and stuff, and they maybe have like, you see these people have like 100 to 300 videos, less than 1,000 videos, and their videos are like edited, they're kind of like, they're of a style, like they're very recognizable, and it's sort of like, it's like television. It's like, now my wife's texting me, she's lonely, it's the middle of the night, but I'm capping her calcium. This is just the ideas I'm having. So when I'm done capping calcium, I'll go upstairs. But basically, um, there's a lot of channels like that. And you see these with like people like, oh, I'm gonna like break down this topic on World War II, and the next video is this. The next video, it's like they make videos on interesting ideas, but again, it's not really tied to their personality or mission. Like, I fundamentally think that YouTube exists to help people to like, it's like broadcast yourself. YouTube exists so people can like get to know you. That's why YouTube exists. And that's so powerful that people will it's like you don't see brands having very big presences on YouTube like Rolex. Look at the Rolex. Like Rolex is like one of the most recognizable brands on the planet, and it does shit on YouTube. Like no one cares about Rolex on YouTube. You go and you look at and this is just across the board. It's like the only thing people really care about is personality driven. I mean, it's like Elliot Hulse has more subscribers than most professional athletes I know. Like he's not the greatest athlete. He's not the greatest business owner. He's not the greatest philosopher. Though I think he might be. I mean, he acts out his ideas, so to me that's kind of enough. I mean, he's not the greatest business owner, he's not the richest guy, he's not the best athlete, he's not the best looking, he's not like he's very charismatic, but his charisma comes from reps. I mean, he talks a lot on YouTube, and that's gave him the reps he needs to get the skill set of talking to a camera, which makes him charismatic. So here we see an emerging property. We see the fact that in order to be really charismatic and use YouTube to the fullest extent, you need to have a lot of reps in, which means you can't really pander to people. Because if you're pandering, like if I made like only videos on like guns or something, it's like I'm not going to be able to make the thousands of videos necessary to get good enough at making YouTube videos to the point where it can truly be said that I am the most charismatic or one of the most charismatic people on YouTube. It's also data points for the algorithm. The more YouTube videos you have, the more data points the algorithm has to optimize across. It's also just sheer viewer possibility. Like, I've watched every single video on Elliot Hulse's Elliot Hulse Masculine Journey channel. I've watched all of them. Every single one of them. And I don't really think that he needs to have the two channels, because I created two channels for myself recently. I created a second channel, and it's like, I don't see the point of this. Like, what am I really going to do? I'm going to pander to YouTube? I'm going to like, oh, I'm going to make all these exercise videos, jiu-jitsu videos. It's like, I don't really care if you care about how to exercise if you don't care about why you should be exercising, about like everything else that goes into it. It's like that's the real power of YouTube. It's not just teaching people how to do something or showing them a video, because I show you one video, it's because I don't know what YouTube is, I am forced to take the highest possible approach to discovering its true nature. So I'm using YouTube to corrupt the youth and raise an army. That's what I'm doing. I think that's the real power of YouTube. I think that's what Napoleon would have used YouTube for if he'd been alive in this time period. He would have been like, I'll just make videos about like what I'm doing, and when people like how I lead the army, they'll want me to lead them in the army, and they'll come da 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 da. And that's sort of the power of it. It's like, if I'm going to lead you in a battle, you're going to listen to me talk a lot, probably, especially if you're one of my generals. You know what I'm saying? So you better be used to listening to me talk in a variety of different environments about a variety of different topics in a variety of different moods without any editing. Same if I'm going to do live events and stuff. So like at the end of the day, I'm like, what's the real thing going on here with YouTube? What's really going on here is the fact that this is the first time in human history that people have been able to record themselves talking with a handheld camera phone and upload it to outer space for anyone on Earth to beam it into their Star Trek communicator, Black Mirror, scrying glass, whenever they want. So Why is that relevant? Well, because it's an intensification of the pattern of all of history. It's not like, oh, now, like, I can chop up a bunch of clips of people doing all these different things and turn it into a long documentary on it. I mean, like, that's something you can do, but you could kind of do that beforehand anyway. Like, you could make a documentary and show it in a movie theater. It's like, well, it couldn't beam it to your phone. It's like, the real thing is that I don't need to edit. It's like Ralph Waldo Emerson says in Self-Reliance, which is an audio book. I have an audio of me reading Self-Reliance. It's fucking awesome and you should listen to it. I get so passionate and it's so articulate and it's so good. And what he wrote is so amazing. He says, do not worry about explaining your genuine acts, for every other genuine act will explain every previous and subsequent genuine act. And I'm like, holy shit, that's YouTube. That's YouTube. It's not, ooh, now I can like be my own movie theater. It's, now I can take the process by which I come to conclusions, film it in real time, and upload that with no intermediary or hesitation. So this implies, so there's a wave basically. Once you had all the TikTok and, or not TikTok, the Vine and Instagram people move to YouTube and become idea-driven, personality-driven, people who are already on YouTube, like Elliot Hulse, blow up because they're the best at YouTube, which is what I'm waiting for, because I'm seeing people like Womp Tomp on Instagram. And I'm just here because I'm here. But like people like Womp Tomp, massive respect, he's also on YouTube, but he's on Instagram because he wants to get popular faster. Very understandable, but that's going to create a situation where now he's pandering. I'm only focusing on articulating ideas. Like, I'm really not pandering. It's like I'm probably pandering a little bit because I'm a human being and there's part of me that like wants to be understood. But I make so many videos. My solution is to make so many videos that it's just impossible for me to pander. Like the pandering part of my brain just shuts off. It just can't, it can't continue to think about what anyone else thinks, and it can only further clarify what I think. And so I'm getting better at making these videos, a lot better at making these videos. My brain's also working better though because I'm recovering from insomnia. So this is interesting identity-wise because I'm sort of waking up into the identity of being a successful YouTuber, because I don't remember the past few years, and everything before that is like a failed identity basically, and I've kind of mentally reverted back to 8-year-old Devin, who is planning world domination by using industry, influence, persuasion, science, and technology to get government contracts that allow me to raise the funding necessary. But also, I mean, you can move factories into Quebec and stuff. Like, I'm gonna own Quebec. And I keep this a secret, but Gary Vaynerchuk isn't keeping it a secret that he wants to own the Jets. And I'm going to own Quebec, and I'm going to own New England. And I'm going to use the United States defense budget to finance it, because they just print money out of thin air. So why not give it to me? Why not use it to nationalize the oil of Quebec and the gas reserves in a way that benefits everyone, especially myself? I mean, I don't know, though. Like, to say that, though, people don't understand the degree of enlightened selfishness I'm operating from. Like, I've already realized that everyone else is simply myself. So, like, you can't treat anyone better than you treat yourself. And you can't really treat yourself better than you treat other people. Because future you is another person to you. And the mechanism by which you treat human beings is the mechanism by which you treat human beings. Try changing it for yourself. Good fucking luck. So I've already realized this on such a deep level from just incomprehensibly long stretches of time, sleeplessly contemplating seriously dark shit, because that's where your mind goes when you don't sleep. And I just realized, like, everyone's just me. Even Jeffrey Dahmer, which sucks. So, yeah, even Napoleon. They're all me. And I'm you. And that's why y'all are going to relate to me talking about this, because you're me and I'm you. And I want to seriously benefit myself. I mean, but I don't know, like, I say that and I'm like, I don't even think I'm gonna get anything out of this, in the sense that, like, other people think that people get something out of things. Like, I don't want to have coke, I don't want to have hookers. I just really like beauty, and I'm really upset that my family never got to take this fucking boating trip that I planned out when I was 12, based on the Expedition Impossible series filmed in Morocco. It was awesome. It involved sailboating across Lake Winnipesaukee, several hikes, camping. It's really cool. I was, like, really looking forward to this, and it just never materialized. And I just realized that my life has to be one grand adventure, building a world of grand adventure. And then I developed fatal insomnia. And now I'm just like, I feel like Octavian. Like, I feel like I've truly been put in a place where, like, I could spend the next 50 years just suffering and working my face off. And as long as I see my ideas coming to fruition, I'd just be so happy because I could sleep. I'd be, like, on cloud 9. Like, showing up all the people who made me feel like I was crazy, who wouldn't listen to me, while I'm able to sleep, recovering my health, kicking ass in jiu-jitsu, showing, I mean, because here's the thing, look, like, I'm going to kick so much ass in jiu-jitsu. I'm going to make so many people so healthy, because if I don't, then what the hell did I go through all this shit for? I already have. I am going to find a way to never have to have insomnia ever again. So already right there, I have to be incredibly successful industrialist who has innovated the sport of jiu-jitsu and made significant headway in terms of scientific inquiry and medical inquiry into the field of health. Why stop there? Why not just train the factory workers in jiu-jitsu and economics while teaching them how to raise families and use social media in such a way that both spreads and reproduces my ideas while I expand into other areas, uplifting the people of New England and Quebec, and then simply taking it a step further. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where it stops. I'm like, I want to plan ahead so far that it never has to stop. And I already have. I mean, I could get really into it, but it's like, I don't fundamentally, I'm not going to get really into it in this video. There's other videos where I get really into it. I guess the one thing I'm trying to bridge is, like, how are the Quebecois going to feel about this? Like, how are the New Englanders going to feel about this? It's like, ultimately, if they don't want me as their leader, that's completely fine. But the leading cause of death in the United States is abortion, and Canada just legalized suicide. So I don't think they're going to object too much to a strong, charismatic leader with an optimistic vision for the future and human health and the science to back it up, the means to make it happen. And I'm determined to make each one of you rich as fuck, because that's how Ford became Ford. And that's how you're going to get healthy. I mean, you can't afford the stuff you need to be healthy if you're not rich as fuck. And if I don't have a veritable army of people who are loyal to me and depend on me for the means of their continued improvement, existence, and livelihood, and familial livelihood down the line, then my paranoia kicks in. I become kind of a target. And it's just simply less of an epic vision than being like the Octavian of health who establishes the new fucking Rome in the northeast of North America. Oh, that makes my dick hard. It does. I mean, it's not hard right now, but it's just like mentally, you know? Like, I'm being a little crude, but like, it's how I feel. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's 30 minutes into the video. I feel like if you're watching this far, okay, when I say it makes my dick hard, like, what I mean by this is it makes me feel like a zest for life. Like, I'm like, and it's really like I love New England. Like, it's really, this is really where it comes from. Like, I love New England. I've traveled all over the country. I've traveled all over the world. I love this region of the United States. I also have a fascination with Quebec because of Hyperborea. And because I did a research project on Quebec when I was 8, and I realized that Quebec was like super conquerable. Like, they're already practically set up to secede. They got the gas reserves and the oil reserves to fund the whole thing. It's culturally set up that way. It's geographically set up that way. The Canadian government is weakening because their population is not doing great. They're poorer than like Mississippi. I think they'd welcome me. I thought that when I was 8 in 4th grade. I think that now. This appeals to me. Like, I don't even know why Conquest appealed. Like, why was I 8 years old thinking about Conquest? Maybe because I felt like I'd been conquered because I was forced to go to public school. My parents told me about truancy laws. I probably just felt like I've been conquered. Like, instinctively. I was like, I must have been conquered. Otherwise, why am I in prison, though I've committed no crime? I don't know. It's like best not to question one's own nature. Well, no, I think you should question your own nature, but like once you know yourself, it's like, this is just who I am. I'm just this, not just, but I am this man with ADHD who talks super fast, who's got a ton of ideas, who's capping calcium by hand, and been fascinated with world domination since I can possibly remember. But it's not out of a place of like, it's like I like chess. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just kind of like, remember when I was playing chess as a kid, I'm just like, what are the highest stakes you could play chess for? This is modeling war. I'm like, why don't people try to take over the world more? Like, why not? I don't know. Not to kill people, but like people die every day. A real shame would be for the human spirit to die. So, bringing this back around to YouTube, Instagram, and stuff. So you have like Elliot Hulse gets popular, these people get popular, and then they start trying to figure out how to sell because now the popularity gives them the confidence to pursue the mission, but the mission's not developed by the time they have the popularity. Like, I already have all the supplements available, the products available, the course available. It's all available. So by the time I get popular, by the time I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, because that's kind of the subject of this video, why don't I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube yet, is that I think it's a stupid question. Like, why don't I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube yet? Like, why is the oak tree not tall yet? It's like, because things take time. I mean, you could like stretch the acorn out. You could pulverize the acorn and turn it into like acorn pulp, and then make like a really thin ribbon out of it that's like super tall. But then it'll rip. And that's sort of like the basic model I'm looking at here. It's like I could just like crank out 1 million videos that are like it's like Santa Cruz medicinals. It's like now people are just commenting on Instagram, eat seed oils. A lot of respect for the guy. Like, he had a vision, he made it happen. But at the end of the day, it's like he worked his face off to stretch this one message as far as it'll go, and now he's sort of like, I mean, he looks like a sitting duck to me a little bit. He's a little like, I mean, he's still financially successful and stuff. But again, I think because of the power of handheld videos and the internet, not because of the power of his strategy per se. Though his strategy was powerful, like it worked, But again, it's like, what do I do once I stop eating seed oils? It's like, I'm not just going to continue to watch his videos for entertainment, because there's really no entertainment value to them if you already know everything. Whereas my videos, you can watch these infinitely, because it's really this unfolding train of thought that I've grounded in world domination for reasons that I could talk about forever. And that's the point. So I could talk forever. Because I like talking. And I've realized with YouTube, the main thing with YouTube is you got to keep making videos. Like Elliot, I think Elliot kind of like started pandering to his perception of his former self. So that's where I don't even have any coherency with this. Like, I'll just take days off and go make freaking Instagram quote things. Like, it frustrates people because the linear growth of the business is not there. But I don't need it to be. I can hook this thing up to ads at any point in time I want. I don't need to get the fast growth, because I've already done that before with the Week to Warrior Kettlebell Club, and I've seen that with the fast growth, you run into problems with education. It's like the Santa Cruz Medicinals guy. He's trained his dopamine circuitry to such a degree to focus on delivering to people what he thinks they want, that it seems to me that he's forgotten how to make the sort of content that's fun for him. Like, he doesn't look like he's having that much fun when he makes content, and that means he'll get bored, which means he'll slow down, which means he'll lose momentum, which will hurt his confidence, which will hurt his ability to make videos. It's all based in the human mind. Same thing happened to Elliot. Elliot's regaining his confidence now, and with that, his viewership, because I still check in on the guy because of his initial strategy with the videos. Now invested I became in him personally. I've created the ability for people to do that with me as well, by just being who I am on the internet and on YouTube. And essentially, the thing is, though, it's like, as Santa Cruz Medicinals, as Sean Melanson, as all of these people bring people as like over from Instagram to YouTube by basically having their Instagram reels be their YouTube shorts and then trying to make some long form to get some engagement off of that. My stuff's showing up in the sidebar. My stuff shows up in the sidebar, and they see my stuff and they click onto my stuff. Like, YouTube has no loyalty to you. YouTube is loyal to YouTube, and my stuff's been being optimized on YouTube for 5 years now almost. So it's like, that's part of the power. And then it's also the fact that you can't really figure out, you can't reduce me to a single thing. Like, you can't just, it's harder to reduce me. It's harder to, I mean, I'd say it's impossible to reduce me ultimately. I mean, okay, I'm getting a little tired. I'm starting to drift a little bit. Got my full bottle of calcium carbonate. Starting to drift a little bit. This is good. I'm going to go sleep easy. Big brands moved onto YouTube and flooded the algorithm with niche videos to promote their brands. Because of the money and editing they put into it, it worked. And then people assumed that the era of personality was over, and so everyone doubled down on niche. And when niche didn't work, they all went to Instagram and did the same thing on YouTube that they did on Instagram. And then they favored Instagram when Instagram gave them more rewards, and Meta gave them more rewards faster because the feedback loop is shorter. And then they all grew on Meta until the modus operandi 2 years ago was highly polished content on Meta. And that became so successful that people started to wonder, who are these people even, and how did they figure this out? And at that point, all of the content that they've been selling in their courses for free instantly, and the people who are still selling courses are silly, instantly became the marketing for the community or for the one-on-one coaching. And then all of the one-on-one coaching in the community became the documentation of the growth into the product. And they were still doing this partially through Instagram and partially through YouTube at the same time, and they amped up activity on both of them because the duality of their strategy made them unable to see the signal from the noise. Though the increase in attention let them know that what they were doing was fundamentally sound, though they thought that was their individual strategy and not the mere fact that they were putting videos on the internet, and that people, being people, are interested in people, and that videos of people, because they are videos of people, are interesting to people. And that interesting people who are interested in what they are doing are even more interested in people, and so the charisma of that became a feedback loop that led to the rise of a new generation of Instagram influencers, of which we see Sean Melanson, of which we see Black Belt Randy, of which we see Shelby Sapp, of which we see other people. And this grew to the point where Instagram became the place to be, and then Instagram became for personality and not niche, because anything dominated by the activity of human beings and not corporations as such must be personality driven. And then as this is dawning on people in the era of Womp Tomp and these people, it is now simultaneously dawning on them again that YouTube is the place for the conveyance of ideas and personality. And as they realize this, they try the very same thing that worked on Instagram on YouTube. And as they realize that's failing, they are bringing me the audience from Instagram to YouTube to see the culmination of the ideas that have governed the entire thing articulated and fulfilled in the business models that anticipated this entire thing from the get-go, because they had far too much time lying awake at night, unable to think, unable to rep out the high volume of activity necessary for immediate success on Instagram. And so, at least he, being I, bided his time and made his YouTube videos. And now that his mind has emerged from the abyss of death, he articulates this for the world to hear and doubles down on the strategy that all shall fear.